lower league team, should we talk about a manager who's going to be managing a lower league team soon? Frank Lampard, sacked from Chelsea. What a segue. What a segue.
I can retire me. I don't need to do this job anymore.
Yeah, it's just...
You're still better than me, mate. You're still the host, but I just had to get that dig in. I just had to fucking do it.
Yeah, I think it...
But looking at men that could be coming out of a job centre, Josh in that suit. Go on, lad.
Lad.
See Frank Lampard in there.
I'm not interested in religion. I don't want any salesmen around my door. Don't want car insurance or anything like that. You can fuck off out of the Zoom, mate.
Goodbye.
Yeah, it was inevitable, wasn't it? I'm shocked it has come as quick as it has. Like, genuinely. I do think that as a Chelsea legend, I thought he would have got more time. I think Abramovich has... I think the statement kind of said everything that they don't believe Frank can turn the season around.
No.
I think they've admitted that straight away and been like, yeah, you know what? Someone better is available already. We need to act now before he's not available.
Is Tuchel better, though?
Yes, that's a great question.
Yes.
Because at PSG, you were expected to win the league. So they're kind of pretty average with Tuchel as the manager.
Tuchel was the only PSG manager to get into a Champions League final in recent years. Like, after all the money, every manager that's been there has failed. Tuchel was the only one that's managed to get them to there. And the only reason why they didn't win is because they came against the best team we've seen for years in Bayern.
Can we just talk about PSG's route to the final, though?
No, because then we'll talk about England's route to the final and the World Cup, and then I'll get really sad because we bottled it.
Well, yeah, but it's the same thing. We had a shit route to the final, and we bottled it. PSG had a shit route to the final, they bottled it.
But they got to the final, unlike England.
Fair play, but on top of that as well, PSG are eternal bottlers, and something that forever will play in their favour was those one-legged games. They didn't have two legs to bottle on the second leg.
Yeah, well, I agree, but I genuinely think Tuchel's a better manager.
He's probably got more experience, hasn't he?
He's definitely got more experience. He's handled a lot of the players as well. I think Pulisic was his original manager. Tuchel brought Pulisic through. Mm-hmm. He knows Thiago Silva like the back of his hand for the time at PSG. I feel like if a manager's going to get the best out of Werner and Havertz, it probably will be someone who knows the German league very well, which is Thomas Tuchel. Do I think Werner will suddenly start to improve after diving against Luton and missing a penalty against Luton? Absolutely not.
It can't get any worse, can it? I mean, I think one goal in his last 16 or something ridiculous like that. It's
50 million,
and that was against a shit team, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I think that Chelsea have made the right decision because the FA Cup, fair enough, but their ambitions every year, their ambitions after spending 200 odd million is to win the league. You can't spend 200 odd million and not go for winning the league. Yeah. That dream well and truly went. They're 4 or 5 points off top four at the moment, which may not seem like a lot, but there are a lot of teams going for it. I think United, City and Liverpool will probably be the top three in whatever order. It's that fourth spot that's going for Spurs, Leicester, Everton, Chelsea. So there's a lot of teams there that are going to be trying to squeeze into that fourth spot. And there's going to be some embarrassment in the teams that are going to end up finishing fifth and end up in the Europa League, I think. It'd be embarrassing for Chelsea. It won't be embarrassing for teams like
I was going to say like Aston Villa, potentially. Like Villa is still up there.
I think that it'd be a good achievement. And it's where those clubs need to be if they want to sort of keep moving up to the next level. But for Chelsea, spending 200 million and end up in the Europa League, I mean, I'd fucking love that more than anything. But the fans don't, and obviously the board don't. So will Tuchel turn it around for him? I don't think so. I think they've got to the end of the season to sort of give him his grace period. They'll have a honeymoon bounce, won't they, like most clubs do when they sign a new manager. But he'll come undone again, I think. The problems don't always lie just with the manager. Like, those players just weren't performing. Havertz was not performing. Werner was not performing. Like, Ziyech didn't really do anything. Even Chilwell looked at the shadow of himself recently. I think that Luke Shaw is probably ahead of him for me when it comes to England positions at left back.
No doubt.
Shit in the woods. Of
Well,
course
the thing is, a lot of people have been saying, "Oh, Luke Shaw's shit though. Like, he's just overweight." Like, if he was at Southampton, he wouldn't have even be considered. Hang on a minute, he's left back for the team currently at the top of the league. So,
anyone that's calling Luke Shaw shit literally hasn't watched Man United this season.
I see. Okay, yeah. Oh, cool. 2015 call said, do you want to speak to everyone saying Luke Shaw's shit thing? Come on, come up with a better fucking insult, mate. Yeah. Luke Shaw's fat. He's been playing unreal this season. You cannot like it. It's just frustrating. It's really frustrating. Like, what is it? Is it because he plays for United? Is that what it is?
That's what people are saying.
Yeah. Exactly what it is.
Yeah. Plus, people are like, yeah, but Matt Targett's been playing really well at Villa. I'm like, yeah, but come on. Luke Shaw has been playing better than Matt Targett. Like, and people saying James Justin as well for Leicester. Like, they're good shouts, but Luke Shaw is the best left back in the Premier League at the moment, I think.
If you take that United game against Liverpool last night and subsequently most United games recently, all of our attacks have come through Luke Shaw.
Yeah, all left-hand side.
Everything.
Yeah.
And he's put Salah in his back. All right, minus his goal yesterday, which I think he got a nick on that second one. I still retain that Henderson would have saved it if Shaw didn't put his foot across it. But at Anfield, he put Salah in his back pocket. Apart from the goal last night, again, he put Salah in his back pocket. He's thrown Adama in there. Like, no one's got past him this season.
No.
He's been what Wan-Bissaka was last year and more.
He's powerful, isn't he, in his runs, and he doesn't get shrugged off by defenders or attackers easily because he's quite stocky now. So his strength is running up the pitch, but also getting back in his positionally has been brilliant. I think that he's definitely destined to be in the squad at least, if not starting England left back. But going back to Chelsea, none of them have looked like what they should be, if that makes sense. So I don't think a manager's going to turn that around enough in time for him to miraculously finish fourth or third even, with all the teams that are vying for the same position.
I mean, do you think it was too big too soon for Frank?
Yep.
You know, he had that, what was it, 12 months at Derby, was it?
It's like 12, 18 months, wasn't it?
Yeah, got him to that playoff final against Villa, was it?
And I know they beat Leeds. They beat Leeds in the semi. I know that. Yeah, it was Villa. You're right. Yeah, Villa was the year again.
Do you think he should have had another maybe season at Derby? Or
I think he was lucky to get the Derby job. He was lucky to get the Derby job.
The comparisons between Ollie and Frank, which is fucking hilarious looking at it now that Ollie's top of the table and Frank's out of a job.
Mm-hmm.
When every pundit and their dog was claiming that Frank was a better manager.
Mm. Ollie Solskjaer he did it without a transfer window. He's now had 200 million to spend, and he's made them worse.
I can see the top of Lee's head turning red as we speak. Don't mention the fucking transfer window in Chelsea. He'll fucking fume for about half an hour.
Solskjaer had about 5-6 years of managerial experience. Whether it is at good clubs or not, yes, he got Cardiff relegated. Yes, he bottled semi-finals at Mulder. But you know what? He's had experience of being the manager of a club. Frank Lampard transitioned from playing part-time in America and then at Man City to straight into management and has had no chance whatsoever to learn. Steven Gerrard, who has always been Frank Lampard's direct competition, did the right thing, going up to Scotland, staying out of the way of the media, learning his trade, and now look at them. Whether we like Scottish football or not, what he's done this season, because he's learned how to be a manager of a club, is fucking outstanding.
And do you know who could lose our job soon? Neil Lennon. And do you know who's available? Frank Lampard.
I can't see that. They all think Eddie Howe's going there. They think the Celtic fans genuinely think, from what I've seen on Twitter today, that Eddie Howe or, get this one, Rafael Benitez are going to go manage Celtic.
He's going back to Newcastle if you speak to the fucking Geordies.
Well, yeah, I can't see that, to be honest, unless this takeover goes through. But I can't see. Eddie Howe would probably be a good fit at Newcastle. I reckon.
I said this about fucking 10 podcasts ago and got lambasted for it.
Yeah, I was one of the people lambasting you, but I think I've changed my mind. I think I've changed my mind, actually. But purely because of where Newcastle are now.
Yeah. They're in a bad place.
I'm just shocked. I'm just shocked you've not turned around on. Do you know who'd be good up front for Everton? Eddie Howe.
And if he's not available, there's a French fella that might be quite good.
Where's the next step for Lampard, boys?
Championship or League One. He's not going to another Premier League club. It's like Ollie. It's like people say about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. If he got sacked by United, he wouldn't go to any other Premier League club. He's not going to go abroad.
No.
So it has to be Championship or League One.
He won't go as low as League One.
No. Nah. I could see him in America.
I don't even think he'll go abroad. I think he'll look for another job in England, possibly a lower league Premier team. So whatever becomes available, he should just take a bit of time to go do some coaching.
Yeah.
Look at all the pros that are doing coaching at the moment. They're not rushing it.
No.
I think possibly Wayne Rooney might be going down the wrong path as well. Like,
so I was just about to bring up Wayne Rooney then, and the similarity would be Rooney doing what he's doing at Derby for a year, and then coming straight to Man United.
Yeah.
Whereas if he did it at Derby for 3, 4, 5 years, and then came to United, completely different ball game, and that's where Lampard fucked up. Yeah. You can be a hero all you want. You can be a legend. You can be given a transfer ban and then 250 million. If you're not an experienced manager, you're not going to do it. We said it a while ago. Everyone's looking for the new Zidane. Zidane was a fucking wild card that we will never ever see again. A manager walk into management and dominate the way he did. But he was still the manager of the under-23s. He still knew. He never left Real Madrid.
No,
he never ever left Madrid. He from a player straight into the youth team. It would be like if Nicky Butt took over at United. That would be more successful than Frank Lampard taking over at Chelsea, because Nicky Butt has never left the United coaching team.
Yeah. I don't think Zidane's a fair example, though, because look at that fucking Madrid team he had, and he had Ronaldo. If you have Ronaldo, it just makes everything 50% more easier than it was before. It's the same with everyone at Barcelona if you've got Messi. Like, and you might say to me now, like, what about Koeman? Can you imagine where Barcelona would be if Messi wasn't there?
Oh, I know.
Yeah, that's a scary concept, isn't it?
It's scary. And for you two, Lee and Josh, like, because I know you used to have followed Barcelona for years. Can you imagine where Barcelona would be right now if Lionel Messi left last year?
You say that, but the argument is that if Messi had left, they wouldn't be forcing a team around him, so they may actually be better off in a weird, like, grand scheme of things.
I think Chris is right. Transition period they went through, Messi was just
we lost you there, Josh. Say that again, mate.
You just went, well, I think Chris is right.
Say that again, mate. Sorry.
I just said it'd be exactly the same as when Messi was just coming through the ranks, before they got Ronaldinho there. It'd just be a transition period, exactly the same if Messi wasn't there.
But they had quality back then. Like, they had some good players. Like, there's no quality now. There's fuck all.
I think that there is. I just think that they've played in the wrong positions, or they've just brought a couple of shit players in. But there are still like 5 or 6 world class.
Yeah, you're right. But the problem is the manager. The manager doesn't know what he's fucking doing with that squad.
Who is the manager? Fucking Koeman. I forgot about him then. I think that's kind of one of, like, he was one of the maddest signings of a manager. Like, he makes sense because he's Dutch. That's kind of the only reason that he's there. Like, it would have surely made more sense to have Pochettino going in as their manager, because I reckon that PSG are going to be sick now with him as their manager. You watch for the rest of this season, Champions League, they're going to be tactically brilliant, and they'll be with the team to watch, I think, with him as their manager this year. Especially if you can get the best out of. Well, Mbappe's not really playing, is he? Or he's not been playing, or was that under the previous manager? I can't remember. he was unhappy under the previous manager, wasn't he?
He scored 2 the other night, didn't he, Mbappe?
But it must have been unhappy under the previous manager. Then,
he had an injury, didn't he?
Okay.
He had an injury. Yeah, I mean Neymar's been the one who's had the injury problems, especially recently, isn't he? Yeah. With Koeman, everyone's going to say that he got the Barcelona job off the back of the Holland job, but fuck me, Matt, you cannot give managers jobs off the back of international jobs. They're just completely and utterly different. And case in point, Gareth Southgate. Gareth Southgate's probably got like a 99% win percentage as England manager. Well, yeah, when you're beating fucking Montenegro and San Marino and teams like that 99% of the time, and then as soon as we get to a tournament and we play anyone half decent, we struggle. You just can't judge things off that. And if you look at Koeman in the past, Southampton, all right for a bit, and then it starts to go downhill. Everton, fuck it, I'm not even going to bring that up. Out of respect to you, Josh, I'm not going to fucking bring up Koeman's time at Everton. I respect our friendship too much to piss you off. How has he earned the Barcelona job? How has he done it?
Because he was a player there. That's all it is. It's because he was a player there.
That's what it is. And sometimes it's the same with Lampard, just linking it back in. You've got to cut your teeth. And Danny, you fucking nail on the head. Yeah, spot on before. Ollie has cut an apprenticeship. He's gone to Cardiff. Yeah, he had a hard time there with a shit club who didn't belong in the Premier League. Let's face it, the squad wasn't good enough. But he's done it the hard way. He's gone to Mulder, and everyone's like, "Oh shit league, the Norwegian league." Well, yeah, but Mulder out exactly will beat us. And there's loads of teams in Norway at the top of the table who are they're on a par level with Mulder. And he had to do a bit of work when he went over there. And he was highly successful when he went over to the Norwegian league. And he's cut his teeth. And he's come to Old Trafford. He's had a couple of issues. He'll probably have a few more there. There's going to be periods with Ollie where we're going to go downhill again. It's not always going to be like it is at the moment. But he's cutting a proper apprenticeship. And you've got to fucking do that. You can't just be like, half season at Derby, Chelsea, win the league, 220 million, fuck it. It doesn't work like that. That's me rant over.
Yeah, put it like that is mental. Sorry, dude.
Yeah, Ollie's had some shit since he's been United manager. I mean, we've all, at some point, gone Ollie out or whatever, he's not good enough, this, that and the other. But you know what? He's come through it. He's come through the other side on that, not once, but, quite a few times. And we seem to be on a nice little pathway right now. But like Chris said, there'll be more ups and downs. I'm sure, if we stick with him, he'll come through again. But, the difference with that and Chelsea's, Roman, he doesn't like giving managers time. Would Frank have turned it around? In another 6 months.
And that's the worst part is we'll never know, will we? Like Frank could have turned it around for all we know. Mm-hmm. And if this team starts playing again, it could be for the fact that the players have just decided to turn up again. It might not be Tuchel. It might just be the players were just not on it. That's what I was going to say. Is like, do we think they've done the decision too soon?
Yeah.
No, so I know what you're saying, but for Chelsea, when you've just spent that much money, like you've got to make that decision now rather than with only 10 games left of the season.
But they are only 4 or 5 points off the top four. I mean, this is the maddest season in the world. Arsenal, I'm going to say this now and we'll laugh, but there is a realistic possibility that Arsenal is still in a title race because of how fucked this season is. Like we don't. I know you pull that face. But it's true. That's how all they need to do is put a run of 3 or 4 games together. Leicester are 3rd or 4th favourites to win the league. Aston Villa are closing in on top 4. Everton have been top about 4 times. That's how weird this season is. United are fucking top.
Look at us 12 months ago.
That's the weirdest one for me.
I know.
You look at us 12 months ago. We've just been beat at home to Burnley, whatever. Fernandes comes in, and we went on a ridiculous run. Yeah. At the end of the season, we were sitting about 8th or 9th. We're probably where Chelsea are now, and ended up coming 3rd. That's how quickly a season can change in 3, 4, 5 months. But the board stuck with Ollie when it was going a bit naff. But
that's what I mean. I just think potentially they might have just pulled the trigger just a little soon, but I do get it. I think if Tuchel was there and ready to go, And Roman obviously has this history of just fucking getting rid of managers whenever it feels like you've got to do it, haven't you?
Yeah.
Not before. I thought Jim Gammon was in line. He just left county,
Third time, man.
If Gannon goes back to Stockport County, I'm fucking done with that town, mate. I swear to God. If he goes back a fourth time.
There's something very strange about that. Like, I read the press release after he'd been released, and the talk was all about, it's not about statistics and league position and performances. It's all about the culture. Gannon is fucking Stockport culture. Like, it was such a strange. Like, I think it's just another case of new owners come in and have got lofty expectations, and they don't want the old board in. And
it's a load
remains to be seen.
Bollocks! It is culture. What fucking hell? What do you want? Do you want him across the road at the Nelson having a pint of fucking Stella? Is that the culture that you fucking want? Fucking hell, culture at Stockport County. He's been great. We don't want to focus on Stockport County too much because we're going to lose listeners rather. But he's done so well every single time. Got a bit tricky at times during the second spell, but he's done so well every single time he's gone to county, and you get rid of him again. You're just going to start back at square one, aren't you? But
yeah, they are.
What do I know? I'm not a county supporter. I'm not as close to the club as a lot of the fans are, especially you two, Dale and Danny. Well, speaking about close, though, I think we're all settled out with it. It's going to be Liverpool, City, and United who are going to be top three. I think we're all pretty much unanimously. Are you not?
No.
I'm shocked by that because I was going to ask who do you think will finish fourth? Who do you think will actually round up the top four?
I think Liverpool will finish fourth.
Really?
And I think Leicester are going to finish third. Yep.
What? So you think the table's going to be as it stands now?
No, I think City are going to win it. I think we're going to come second. I think Leicester are going to come third, and I think Liverpool are going to come fourth.
I think City will win it because of the defence at the minute is just ridiculous.
Yeah, John Stones and Diaz are
John
just
Stones
absolutely
and
incredible.
Diaz. I mean, whatever the stat is in the last 15 games, he must have only conceded about 2 goals. It's just, they're not winning like they were last season or whatever. 3, 4, 5-0 every week. They're just they're sort of winning these sort of games,
scrappy
like
1-0s,
2-0s. They're just doing enough, but that's because they're solid at the back now.
It seems to be.
Stones looks a different player this season from the last couple.
Looks like he's just left Everton again.
If City win it, it'll be down to that. So he's not really got a strike force, have they? Aguero and Jesus are injury prone.
Aguero, man.
Has Aguero scored a league goal this season? I don't think he has he?
No, he's played 190 minutes or something in total.
So he's made enough time for 3 goals.
He's made. Yeah, no. We've seen one of the best strikers we've had in the league, maybe ever, and his final season has just been injury and COVID ridden. It's such a fucking shame.
Remember when he was at Atletico? Because it was around that time we used to watch Barca religiously week in, week out, and I remember when he signed for City, I was in the club where me and Josh used to work. And there was a lad in there called Glyn who was a massive City fan. I remember standing at the bar talking to him, and he said, you watch some Spanish football, don't you? Have you heard anything of this Aguero? And I said, he's going to be fucking class, mate. I said, he banged goals in for fun. Remember, was it, what final was it that he scored for Atletico? Did he score in a final for Atletico? I seem to remember him with his long hair he had.
No, you're thinking of Falcao.
No, not
and his
not
perfect hat trick.
Yeah, no, he had like his sort of longish hair,
like a mullet, wasn't it?
Oh, no,
yeah,
that's Fernando Torres. You're getting mixed up again.
It's actually
it's Diego Forlan.
Forlan, yeah. No,
every other striker they've had.
Do you know what? I think it was actually a Europa League final.
It's George Samaras you're thinking of, mate.
Right, I'm going to Google it now because I'm sure he scored in the Europa League final or something.
Well, there's occasions where Lee lies to us all.
I know, yeah.
Nicola Pepe has scored 75 goals this season.
While Lee Googles that, like, am I being outrageous here shouting that Leicester finished above Liverpool this season?
Yeah,
I thought your clothes looked quite clean, mate, because that is bold. That is bold, if I may say so myself. Liverpool 4th. Wow. I wouldn't say that.
Why not?
Did they get 4th? Spurs, Everton. Did they nick in front of them?
Top 3 for me is the Manchester teams and Leicester. Like, that 4th place is up for grabs as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, I just don't think Liverpool are going to be... For how good they've been the last 3 seasons.
What evidence have you got that proves that Liverpool are going to do better than Spurs, Leicester, Everton, even Villa this season?
The last 3 seasons, mate.
Fuck the last 3 seasons. They are burnt out. Yep. They are burnt.
Yeah, they are. Liverpool look really fucked at the minute.
They're gone. And do you know what's weird as well? And I was going to bring this up later on and we'll revisit it. Is we are January the 25th. The window shuts in 6 days. Name me more than 3 relevant deals that have happened. This was their chance to go and sign a centre-back, sign a striker. They couldn't have got anyone. No one has done anything.
I've heard they were in for Socrates. They tried to get him in as backup and he fucked them off for Olympiacos.
Yeah.
Now that is fucking low, that. That is really fucking low, that. If that's the way it went down, wow.
I just don't see it. Like, against us, both games, they've shown little signs, but teams have them figured out now. Burnley, the Burnley game, fuck me. Ashley Barnes, what a hero. What a dive. It was outstanding. I can't believe it didn't even get overturned.
I mean, it definitely wasn't a penalty.
No, it was never, ever a penalty.
It wasn't.
Stonewall pen. It was absolutely stonewall. He got the ball first. He kicked it over the goalkeeper. He took him out. It couldn't have been any more of a pen. Mate, I'm not even being biased.
No, mate. He left his foot there to get tackled. It was beautiful. I love it.
Wouldn't you?
God, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I'm an advocate for diving, mate. I think it's part of the game.
Yeah, I'm all for it. It's a skill in its own.
Exactly.
I fucking hate it. I don't like it. Who was it who did it for us last night? Someone did it for us. Van der Beek?
Donny, yeah, it was Donny, yeah. Yeah, it was awful. Yeah, it was awful.
I don't like it. It's embarrassing. I just think it's embarrassing. I looked at him and I just thought, like, I wanted to disown him. If he could have fucking whipped his shirt off and got subbed off then, I would have had it because I hate it.
Let's move to this United-Liverpool game then, because obviously we've beat the arch enemy finally. It's taken us a good few attempts, but we finally beat them. Both teams rotated. Yeah, Ollie's first victory against them. Fucking great result. We looked crap without Bruno for a long time, but we still pulled it back. Greenwood finally got back on the score sheet. But
great finish.
The one I want to speak about is Donny van der Beek, because for all the Twitter chatter and all of the calling for him to start, he did absolutely fuck all to warrant the starting place yesterday.
He was poor. Very poor. He actually made us not as good.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't very good on the ball.
I wouldn't say poor. I just think he was average. He just didn't really do anything. He didn't do anything spectacular.
That's poor then. He
didn't do anything spectacular.
Against Liverpool, you need to turn up. And he just didn't. He looked slow. He sort of his misplaced passes. He lost the ball a couple of times. Like he slowed play down. He was walking around with his head
down. Yeah, he did. He slowed everything down. And I know that's his game, but he just looked like, you know, when Bruno was on it and he grabs the game by the scruff of the neck, Donny, and he demands the ball from everyone. And Donny he never looked like he wanted it too much. He's very happy to just move the play along. And we were relying on Pogba again, who I thought was a really fucking good once again.
Yeah, Pogba was man of the match for me. Man of the match for me again.
It was either him or Shaw for me. I thought both of them two were outstanding.
I just think with Van der Beek, I get it. He's going to be compared against Bruno and he's going to be compared against Pogba, but he's not Bruno and he's not Pogba, and he's probably never going to be.
I was going to say that both of them roles that we're comparing him to are not his role.
No.
He's not a 6 or he's not a 10. He's an 8. He needs to be box to box. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately for him, that's just not a system that we play at the moment.
No, very rarely.
As well, I mean, was that his first? I mean, not necessarily the first game, but his first bit of action for about 5 or 6 games. He's not even been coming off the bench.
No, you're right.
Yeah,
there's every chance he was just rusty. You know, he's not at match fitness. He's not sharp enough because Ollie's not been playing him. He's not even giving him a cameo 10 minutes at the end of the game or anything.
No, you're right.
Literally just been sat on a bench for basically 5 or 6 games, thrown in against a pretty decent Liverpool side, what it was. But yeah, I mean, he still was poor, but maybe he just needs a couple of games under his belt, or just half an hour here and there, just if he can, just to start getting sharpness up. But
yeah, maybe I am being too harsh on him, but I just wasn't. I don't. Everything I've seen of him so far, I've loved. But I thought starting role against Liverpool, number 10, you've got every chance to really impress in that game. He was left alone a lot. He put Thiago in his pocket because Thiago wasn't touching him.
No.
And I just don't they're the type of games that you need to seize that opportunity for, and I don't think he did.
He's for me, he's obviously never going to be anywhere near as good. But to take it back to the start of the podcast a bit, he's a bit like a Lampard. He thrives arriving in the box just at that right time to pick up the scraps. Do you know what I mean? And he's quite intelligent in and around the box. I think he would be good as an 8 box to box. I think he's got a lot to offer. Especially the big thing about Van de Beek for me is his passing, his coolness under pressure. He's very, very cool under pressure. He's very quick with his feet. It's 2 touch, it's in, it's out, it's gone. That's what I like about him.
He's like a more mobile one, Matter.
Yeah, I agree with you all. I thought I wouldn't go as far as say it was poor. It was just an average performance. He didn't do anything. Like Pogba and Bruno and Shaw grabbed the match by the scruff of the neck for us and won us the game. Van de Beek wasn't one of those players yesterday.
It was absolutely set up for Bruno to score that winner, though, wasn't it?
Oh,
what a strike!
It wasn't a foul.
Fuck off, Ian Wright.
Oh, he can fuck off. Yeah, he did me head in. Not a free kick.
The thing is, it wasn't a foul.
What annoys me about that is that it gives the Liverpool fans fuel on Twitter and things to whinge. So, all the pundits are even debating whether it's a free kick. No, Ian Wright was being a knobhead saying it wasn't a free kick. Everyone else said it was.
Listen, it is when Alan Shearer says it is, because he is the most fucking indecisive man in the world, and especially against United. So if he says a free kick for United, it's a free kick for United.
The fucking worst one was Jermaine Genius. Fuck me, man. That guy was at it for the full 90 minutes. Honestly, if you would have told him, it's Man United, not Man United, it's Manchester United. That's how pedantic he was being yesterday with every single thing that was being said. And when that free kick came up, he was like, it's just Cavani being intelligent there, isn't it? Or he was fouled.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, it was Cavani being intelligent. It was brilliant. That is striker's play. Yeah. That is being aware of your surroundings and knowing that you are going to get clattered from behind.
But it's still a foul.
But it is still a foul, yeah, absolutely.
He knows it's coming, so he puts his body in the way.
Listen, Jack Grealish has made a fucking career out of it so far.
Yeah.
Are we all saying he should be starting for England at the Euros? So what's the fucking difference?
It's United.
What's the fucking difference?
Because it's United.
Yeah.
Hey, Lee's saying that Real Madrid should be buying Jack Grealish, so he's done all right for himself.
Well, maybe not with Grealish. We'll have him.
Could you imagine how much he'd hit the deck in Spain?
Oh my God.
Oh my word.
It's the culture there anyway, as it is. He'd spend 50% of his time on a pitch lying face down.
I think it was ideal circumstances for Van de Beek, he's played against one of the top sides in England who, granted, are having a bit of a rough time at the moment, but he's not had his best performance. Like Dale said, and I completely agree with this is why I was pulling a face. He's going to be rusty. He's got no match fitness. He's not been playing team football much. So you stick him in a good Manchester United side that's seeing a bit of success at the moment, and you've got high expectations of him, expectations that he's not going to meet. So realistically, you should have all expected him to have a bang average game in comparison to a match fit squad. He's never going to compare to Bruno because in your eyes and in most of the footballing world's eyes, Bruno is one of the best players in the world, if not the best player in the world at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't even put him in the same ballpark. I just think you won 3-2. Nice. You won 3-2. He had a rough game, but he's got some minutes on the board. So give him a couple more minutes. You might start seeing better performances out of him.
We've got some favourable games coming up soon.
I'd have him in against Sheffield.
Yeah, 100%. I think I would as well.
100%.
He'll run the show against them, probably.
And if it doesn't work out, get Bruno on.
Yeah.
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 If it doesn't work out, bring arguably the best player in the world on.
Exactly.
Oh, what a problem to have.
And you're giving him a rest, aren't you? You're giving Bruno a resting him up for the big games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which you're going to have coming up because we've all got massive.
We've got Arsenal on Sunday.
Well, I said big games.
Is it Arsenal on Sunday? Yeah. I didn't realise.
That's poor.
Yeah, Sunday.
No Saturday.
Saturday.
I'm sure it is, yeah.
Oh, do I end my dry January this weekend or stay true to the 31st?
Do it.
I'm sure.
Mate.
It's 12:30 on the Saturday. I'm sure it is.
Is it?
Do it.
I'm sure it
So
is.
that'll be me 12 cans of Guinness deep by 3 o'clock then.
Oh
Not
yeah,
drunk for a month, you'll be fucking 3 cans and done.
I know, yeah.
mate. It's gonna be it's gonna be a shit lineup. He's gonna rest Bruno again. He's gonna bring Bruno on for the 93rd minute. And do you know what he's gonna do, mate? Bruno, he will drop tens, bag pens, get a fucking.
That a massive deja vu then.
Speaking
Love
of
that
drop
t-shirt.
pens, Collins, you've dropped about 10 years now. You got rid of that sash.
Do you know what? Do you know what I thought before? I looked in the mirror, because you'd be surprised. I don't ever look in the mirror because why would I? But I looked in the mirror before and I thought, I'm like you know that theory we've gone on about for a long time, Josh, where we say that there's people that look like other people on the planet, and some will be the 10 out of 10 version, and some will be the 1 out of 10 version.
Yeah.
I've decided right now with this hair, look like the 3 out of 10 version of Daniel Van Boyten. What a reference.
Wow.
I'm not sure if you're really insulting yourself there or not, because Daniel Van Boyten was a fucking 3 out of 10 at best.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. So Daniel Van Boyten, if Daniel Van Boyten's the 10 out of 10 version, I'm the 3 out of 10 version. If Daniel Van Boyten's a bachelor's degree, I am a fucking...
B-Tech.
No, I'm a
You're
fucking...
a B-Tech Van Boyten.
Mate, no, I'm an 11 plus.
Wow.
With the little
Most
wispy fucking bits.
of our listeners aren't going to know what a fucking 11 plus is.
Mate, most of our listeners aren't going to know Daniel Van fucking Boyten is.
That is very fucking true.
He was class him. Do you remember how good he was once upon a time?
No.
He was linked with everyone in Europe. There was a couple. Oh mate, don't be daft. There's a couple of seasons where he was like going to be the next big thing, and for some reason, it just never ended up like that.
I reckon he could have done a good job up front for Everton, mate.
Also, while we're on the topic of old European games and finals, I found out that your Atletico game I was thinking about.
There we go.
Aguero did play, but he didn't score.
Just Falcao won.
But what's more mad? It was actually the ex-Manchester United legend.
Yeah.
But do you know who it was against?
Go on.
Fulham.
Yeah, I thought it would have been Fulham, yeah.
They beat Juve.
4-1.
Yeah. Beat Juve 4-1.
That was when... was it that Simon Davies just had like world-class like semi-final?
Yeah.
Do you want to hear the lineups?
Go on then.
Oh, this is
Atletico. David De Gea. Antonio Lopez, Ufalusi, Dominguez, Pereira, Raul Garcia, Paulo Assunção, Shimao, Forlan, Aguero, Reyes.
Oh.
Yeah, and then this Fulham team.
Oh, I can't wait for this.
This is the one.
Here we go.
Read it out slowly.
Okay.
Mark Schwarzer. Yes.
Konchesky.
Oh, my word.
Big Paul.
Hangeland.
Brady Hangeland.
Baird. Hughes.
Who?
Zoltan Gera.
Fucking hell. Took a holiday from West Brom for a week to help him in the final. Fucking hell.
Everyone's favourite on radio nowadays, Danny Murphy.
Big Danny.
Damien Duff.
Oh, wow.
A Tuhu.
Dixon
Davis.
Dixon a Tuhu. Wow.
Davis, obviously, and the big bad Bobby Zamora.
Bobby.
When the ball hits his head and it ends in Rosette, that's Zamora.
How
Who
did they
was
not win that
replaced
game?
on 55 minutes by Clint Dempsey.
Oh, Clint, what a guy.
Yes.
He was meant
Rates will never forget that Fulham team.
Thanks for Clint.
Listen, let's be real though. I'm all respect to Fulham. I don't mean any disrespect at all. But They must have seen those team sheets, the Atletico players, and thought, what the fuck is this?
How did we get here?
Yeah.
What the fuck is this? Like, Diego Forlan must have been looking at that team sheet and thinking, Baird and Hangeland. Okay, then.
Diego Forlan's like, I couldn't score him against him in England. I better fucking do it tonight.
Oh, what a fucking
2-1 it was.
What
Does anybody remember when Fulham had a statue of Michael Jackson outside their stadium?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was going on there?
Oh, God.
That was outstanding, that.
So weird. I mean, he probably didn't even know who Fulham were.
No.
Was that the Tony Khan era? Was that one of his jobs?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I mean, he's still in charge now. Like, he's off his head, that guy. Jesus
Jacksonville
Christ.
Jaguars.
Isn't
Yeah.
he the one who's in charge of Hull? Or he was?
No, he
Is that someone
owns.
else?
He's got Fulham, Jacksonville, and All Elite Wrestling. Like, he owns like three companies in 3 different sports. Mad.
Who's in charge of Hull then? Like, because there was a mad guy in charge of Hull who wanted to change them to Hull Tigers. That was
Oh
a
God,
thing
I remember
once.
that. Yeah. Which Hull City Tigers, wasn't it?
He just wants to call Hull. He was like, I'm going to call them Hull Tigers. And the FA was just like, well, no, you're not.
No.
Wasn't it the Mohammed Al Fayed era? He was in charge of Fulham when all
That could have been him.
I'm pretty sure he was a
Mates
Michael
with-
Jackson. Yeah.
Yeah, he was like mates with him, and that's why he put it in, I think.
Yeah, so Tony Khan was after all that shit, wasn't he? Because Khan's recent. Khan's only a few years ago.
Got rid of it,
fucking
didn't he?
rid of that.
Saw it and was like, that's first to go. Get rid of that.
Yeah.
Nothing
don't
like
like him.
beat that mascot that was the combi boiler though.
Yeah, that
That wasn't Fulham. I don't know who it was, but there's a mascot that is a combi boiler, which is one of the most mental things I've ever seen.
Probably fucking works better than mine. Fuck's sake.
Oh, God. Let's not go down that route. Homeowners don't want to hear this.
No, they don't.
Is that not why you came on a suit?
Yeah, trying to sell combi boilers today.
Oh, fucking hell.
Monthly instalments. You can have it paid off in 2 years.
Fucking here for the British gas strike or something. Give us the fucking info. Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, man. Fulham, though, I'm shocked they didn't, because it just seemed to be like their year that year, didn't it? Like, we were all, how old were we? About 13, 14 when that was going on.
It was 11 years ago.
Yeah. So,
No,
not
it wasn't.
I was
20
not 13, 14.
not far off then. All right, I'm sure.
11
2010.
years ago.
So 10 years ago. So, I mean, he just seemed to be there. Yeah, I thought it was destiny. So when they got beat by Atletico in the final, I don't think I've ever felt more bad for a team in my entire life, because they're never going to be back there again, ever. Again,
How
that's
did they get
disrespectful.
there? This is why I don't want to. What happened?
They were brilliant. In the
Yeah,
comments.
they were fantastic.
And
Mate.
Roy Hodgson was the manager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how we got the Liverpool job.
Right, that makes sense. But I mean, Fulham in the Europa League final, and then how many years later do they get relegated? 3 or
Not
4?
long after. Yeah.
Mate, and they beat Juventus, and I know Juventus were in the Europa League, but they still had fucking Del Piero, Trezeguet. They had fucking, I'm sure, one fucking, what's his name? Used to play in fucking midfield
Zidane.
for Juve.
Pirlo.
I don't think Pirlo was there, no. Can't remember his fucking name. He'll come back to me in a bit. I'm not making it up like Lee does sometimes, I swear.
Marquisio, maybe?
No, it wasn't
Was
Marquisio.
Nedved there at
Rossi.
the time?
I don't think Nedved
Oh, he was Roma.
Nedved was retired by then, wasn't he?
Don't know. Can't
Yeah, he
remember
wasn't.
when
He
Nedved
wasn't
was.
long after the 2010 World Cup, because I remember in that World Cup,
There's only one way to find out, boys.
I was obsessed with Nedved and
Yeah.
Holland and Czech Republic. I think.
Why were you obsessed with Czech Republic?
I don't know. I didn't really know football that well at that time. It was when I was a kid but yeah, I didn't really know football that well. But I got well into that World Cup, and I just loved Holland and I loved the Czech Republic.
Oh, you had
Right,
a thing.
Couple of episodes of Czech casting on Pornhub, and he thought, that's for me.
I've got the
Didn't have internet then.
I've got the Juve team.
Go on, lad.
So Chimbenti in net. Never heard of him.
No. That's why they lost.
Salih Hamdizic at right back. Zebina. Never heard of him. Cannavaro.
Fair play.
Fabio Grosso, Camoranesi, Felipe Melo, Sissoko, Diego.
Melo.
Yeah, Felipe Melo, Candreva, and David Trezeguet.
Which Sissoko's that? Mohammed?
Yeah.
Momo
Yeah.
Sissoko.
God, how old was he there? Like 20, 21? He must have been so young. But he
Hmm.
was class when he broke through as a youth player. He was like one of the
mint,
best.
wasn't
Yeah, wasn't
he? Absolute mint.
Who were the
Yeah,
strikers?
Candreva and Trezeguet.
Oh,
And they brought on Del Piero.
Fucking
bring on Del
They
Piero.
still lost.
And
Against Fulham.
had-
With
they
Roy
had-
Hodgson.
They had Joaquinta on the bench. What a fucking baller.
Oh my god. Yeah,
This
Quinta.
is the problem. You got Del Piero and him on the bench when he should have started them, and then maybe you'd have won.
Yeah. The first leg was 1-1. And then he took it to Craven Cottage and won 4-1.
I wouldn't
Events at Craven
mind.
Cottage is blowing my mind.
I wouldn't mind. This is what I'm saying. I wouldn't mind, but they fucking walloped them.
Yeah.
It wasn't even close.
Who
Who
scored
scored
the goal? 4-1.
Who scored the goals? It was...
Davis.
Davis is definitely in there because that was the
I'm
game.
sure
No.
Zamora scored 2.
Zamora got 1.
Oh.
Guerra got 2.
Oh,
Dempsey.
fuck
off.
Well done.
And Dempsey got 1.
Clint, thanks to Clint and
Well,
Zoltan.
Juve went 1-0 up. Trezeguet scored after 2 minutes.
Yeah,
But then Cannavaro got a straight red. Unlucky.
That makes more
Fabio
sense.
Cannavaro. Because there were two.
Yeah, Fabio Cannavaro, yeah.
No
Yeah,
way.
because him and Del Piero were 2 of the only ones to stick around when they got that forced relegation, didn't they? Like, they lost so much of the squad, and those 2 were some of the ones to like stick with them. Dickhead of the Week, sponsored by Celtic FC.
Do you know what? I just think we should make this Dale section. I think we should all just fucking bow out and Dale just say whatever the fuck he wants.
And he can use whatever adjective he wants to describe them as well.
As long as it begins with D.
Yeah.
Take the floor, Dale. We'll let you go first, mate.
Hey, honestly, I've not even actually had a look. I don't know what Celtic done this week.
Draw.
Right, there we go.
Draw a game.
No, honestly, no. I've not been keeping tabs on it actually.
It was
So
no, wasn't it? They played in the snow because it was on Sky Sports at the same time as an English game.
You're right, yeah, you're right.
I flicked on to see it, and they were playing with the orange ball. There was snow everywhere, and I think they were drawing 2-2. And I just thought, God, times are bad. They weren't playing a particularly good side as well, I don't think. Someone like Livingston or something like that.
Yeah, I think you're right.
oh yeah, I think Scott Brown got sent off actually. Yeah.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's not been many dickheads this week, has there? It's been quite.
I've got one.
Go on.
It is the refereeing team from the Blackburn Middlesbrough game.
No,
Oh shit! Yeah.
The
What's
referee who gave absolutely nothing for, I think it was Branthwaite actually, who was on loan from your boys. Yeah, Braithwaite. So yeah, who kicked someone in the eye, and his eye was bleeding on the pitch, and the referee said, "Yeah, no foul."
Nah, fine. Play on.
Yeah, it's a man's game. Play on.
How'd you kick someone in the eye?
The ball was in. I think it was floated into the box, and rather than heading it, he's put his foot up, and the striker's gone in to head it, and his stud has gone straight into his eye.
Oh,
He was in pain as well.
Yeah, it looked bad. It looked really bad. And the referee has looked at that and thought, "Yeah, it's fine."
Yeah. And you know what? If he had given a penalty, then my 8 folder would come up because I needed over 1.5. But instead,
There you go. There you
it was
go.
1-0, and all of my other games came up. 7 out of 8. Bastard.
There you go. Dickhead of the week refereeing team in that game.
I don't have a dickhead of the week, but fuck me. Even if I did, I'm not going to beat that. Blinding a guy.
There really hasn't been much. It's been a very quiet week in football once again, which, considering all the crap that's been going on recently, isn't exactly a bad thing. Like, if it's not like COVID closures and stuff, like, I'll shout out Roman Abramovich for sacking Lampard. I still think it's too soon, and I do feel sorry for him.